miserable person that doesn't beat their own lap times because they suck. Going really slow. That's how you know it's been 9 years since I probably did racing. It's the last time.
Yep, I'd be that. These are just some AI. They go from super stupid to like actually kind of really hard. This is the one where stuff starts to get like pretty stupid hard. So
They go from Tism the Kobayashi.
practically, and this one
Kobayashi.
here, this character right here, Sonata, gets like for some reason now it's like no fun in games anymore. You just gotta be on.
Ah, come on!
But the thing is, I'm always on my A game.
I love how I always do that turn too aggressively recorrecting. Which is a fantastic problem, though. Listen, bears.
Yeah, it starts getting really like this game starts getting really tense really fast when you're at harder things.
Ah.
What you have to do is you start to have to pre-input your attack to hit the ball before it like slams you and instantly kills you. Because some of these attacks, they will bounce around the screen to the point where it's just gonna be a matter of time before it hits you.
Sounds.
Like, one of my least favorite character in this game, nicknamed Candyman, which is my brother's main, he literally loves that character. It's Candyman is like an S tier character in this game, just due to his move. But look, it's Latch, but this is the Latch I'm looking for. Because if you continue on, you'll get to the Shadow match. No, you don't, buddy. Neat fact, this character can actually latch onto walls.
What about Yo Mama?
See, yeah, it actually latch onto walls. That's like one of his neat little things, but...
I couldn't see anything.
No, you don't, buddy.
Racing's hard! Why do they make it so hard?
Because it's supposed to be fast.
Yeah, but Snow hates it. He got PTSD in like 5 seconds, I think. Yeah, I'm going too fast. That's why I die a lot. Ah! I couldn't see. I bumped into that entirely because I couldn't see, so I overcorrected. No.
Anyway, this is a good game. If you're ever thinking about wanting to get a sports game, but don't want to actually play a sport, it's either this is a good one. It doesn't even feel like it feels like a fighting game. Oh, this is the character that I absolutely hate. That's fine. The thing is, this guy's Candyman. He was in the first game, along with Flash, my character. That's the reason why I play him, is because he's basically like a legacy character at this point.
You're filthy.
Yeah, I main him. I think he's a wonderful character. He has, what he can do is he has Latch has crazy ball management. That's the reason why I like him so much, is that he is like a crazy ball management thing. So I could literally just, if I could actually grab it. I could literally grab it and then like spit out the ball again, wherever the fuck I want.
Oh, too much. Much again! This is... way too much. Way too much tis.
What the fuck, game? Hello? Actually beat this whole mode without losing a single life. It's kind of hard out. When I got it, I was like shaking. I was like, oh my god, I did it. It'll be funny if I just casually do it now. I just like to bunt out of that. I love bunting out of that attack, my special, because it's just such a good skill.
Alright, this time I actually went somewhere.
Oh, that's also another legacy scene. It was in the last one, too. They're called legacy. Well, they're not really even called legacy. I just call them legacy scenes, but they're from...
Oh, I just barely hit this.
That's what I mean by ball management. So good. Oof. Here.
Ah!
Yeah. Bob.
Racing's
No,
hard.
I clicked the wrong thing. No! Oh. Damn. I clicked the wrong thing. I was gonna click start, but... Oh. No, it's fine. It's fine. I locked all the characters. I've never played this character. I'm just wondering. Holy crap.
Oh. That's what always happens there. I should keep trying to do that, though, because it's a better way to execute if you... What is this? Oh, I didn't reset. That's why it was buzz. So, let's go. Proximate. Oh. Ring. The onion rings. I can't say. Too many G's. Oh wait, what happened? It went black for no reason, so I guess we overcorrected again, probably.
Here, I'll show you how crazy things get in this game. We'll do my favorite scene, which is this one. Just because it has my favorite song, Ordinary Days. Oh, that's such a good song. So,
Hey, did you make that song?
it's by Klaus Fiend, so unless you've used Klaus Fiend.
I don't know how many fake names. Just to throw people off the track.
Come on. Come on. Oh my god. So, if I can actually, the ball is slowly accelerating, but it gets...
Oh, come on! Why didn't it refactor enough?
Already, it seems like the ball's going really fast, right?
Bullshit.
This is the beginning. Oh my gosh. Now we're getting to the scene change, which is basically what happens when the ball gets really fast.
And then the whole world
Alrighty,
blows
this is
up.
where people usually start dying. Right around here. Because the ball is so fast. It's like, it's actually, you can't find a place. You don't have enough place to actually like move into a position where you can't get hit. Like,
Oh, almost did it.
my angles, that's my ups, like, my up slash is pretty crazy too. Like, it's just about how fast it's, like, moves. But it gets even faster. It's like, the game literally says, you can't catch up too bad.
Wow, I did that first part really bad.
Because, and the thing is, it's just got progressive, like, slowly, but the thing is, like, think about the ball just getting twice as fast every single time. Already, that's a death trap. Doing that on high things, if you touch the ground, you're fucked. I love this fucking character.
Oh. I'm starting to think. Oh, what? Not working. Work. Be healthy. Healthy. Ah. No. It's the subtism. Fucking god damn it. Do I have networking or did everything die? Or if was it just Hunter and no, my network hit a giant slog for no reason. Okay, I think it's back to normal.
Crazy. Hi, Days.
Yay, my network came back. Whoa. I think the stream was up the entire time. My network just, like, did a big slowdown, so that shows how biased it is towards making sure the stream works at the cost of my experience.
At this point,
it is so biased.
Really crazy.
Alright. Play.
But we continue on. This shit gets really crazy.
Ah. Too much correction.
Like, and the thing is, I've reached ball speeds this high. It's like
too much.
There's an achievement in the thing where basically if you reach the maximum ball speed, and right now the ball's death trap at this point. Like.
Oh, didn't recover it. It's such a shame.
So, like, good luck. And now we reach the final thing, which is, it gets so fucking chaotic. The screen just goes black and white. It just says, yo, you don't even need to see the stage. You need to focus on one fucking thing, which is the ball. It's amazing. It's such a great game. And now we reached it, the maximum ball speed. This is it. I swear to God, if you can have reaction speeds this fast, I'm impressed.
Not reaction speed, it's prediction at that point. Because you can't actually react fast enough. Awesome.
They give you time to actually, like, hit it, so it's like...
Yeah, that's predicting. That's predicting and timing versus reaction.
Well, it's still... This shit gets crazy fast. Like...
Oh, it always spins you exactly 180 degrees. It's just like the SRV in Elite Dangerous. Where every time you do any type of collision, it does a perfect 180 spin, and you get very upset. Like, if that did spin 180, we might actually be able to recover bad tunnel entrances like that.
It seems alright until you take a character like this. This is my brother's favorite character. I'll do his epic skin too, so that you know. You take my brother's favorite character and you see his down smash. It's fucking crazy. So, by the way, he walks like a look at that walk, dude. It's such a funny walk. I love it. So, his is a very vertical smash. You can see where she starts getting a little bit crazy.
Ah, come on. I didn't refactor inside the tunnel very well.
Also, look. This is broken.
Oh.
You can literally take the ball and just instantly go, like, just phase it through fucking walls.
Phase on?
Like right here.
Orange phase on? Like orange. Oh, we're not revectoring enough somehow. Ah! I missed my double boost. It made it way easy.
This character's basically a death trap. Like, he's called Candyman. He's considered the craziest one of, like, the whole cast. Jesus Christ, it's true.
I thought that was you. You're in this game, right?
Mains can get fucking crazy here.
I like how much you get to talk to developers, but they never make a character bit. It's a crime. Especially in like any type of like roster
Already.
game. Yeah.
What? Sorry.
Oh, barely hit the bottom. It was so subtle.
See how crazy this like.
Ah!
It gets fucking crazy fast. If you can bunt the ball too, it gives like a second. It's like a brief respite of like 0, like because
Deadman's respite.
When you bunt the ball, no matter how fast it's going, it actually like slows down. It's like sometimes that's the only type of like patience you get, or like it's like just a quick second of, oh, take a break, take a breather. But shit gets crazy very fast. Like,
Oh, come on! I was so close that time to not hitting the wall! Oh my god. The fucking rims in the tunnel are just the most infuriating thing. In terms of the whole course, in terms of them stopping you from going fast.
already this ball's like crazy.
Especially since it gets exponentially worse the faster you are, because you're more likely to hit in a spot where there's a rim. Because you're going to be translating a more large area of the tunnel.
Like, this dude has some of the craziest, like...
Oh, I didn't go up fast enough.
Like... this guy's, like...
The tunnel.
Are fucking crazy for some godforsaken reason.
Meow.
Like...
Gotta read.
God.
So this.
Shit gets crazy. Shit gets crazy. Like... Literally doing art because of how fast it's going. Alright. Alright, here we go.
And the redirection kata is the most important one of the 4 katas, I think. I don't remember my katas. Or was I probably very good at them?
If you could see, this person...
Oh! Ah, that fucking rock.
This character's like... Their
I mean, I
angles
can't
are
see.
crazy. Like, entirely crazy.
The read.
Yeah.
It's... flipped coin.
But yeah, the game's all about that. It's a pretty good game if you ever want to try it out.
Bad game for bad people.
I am pretty good at it.
It's like 5 times worse than Destiny, at least.
Rules can't trust here, Megan. Not use the Christmas.
Oh, that bounce! That tiny bounce from hitting the tunnel wall killed me. Because it bounced me too far into the center. Because the last asteroid's the hardest one to get past, because it's just perfectly in the fucking center. So if there's any disruption, that's the run's already over. I went considerably better. egg. Egg. Sounds like egg.
The sound you make when you're sitting there on the couch and someone tells you to do the dishes, you go, ah, and now you can't do it. That might be the reason why no one watches your streams, buddy.
Oh, that's just the sound of me hitting the last obstacle. Alright, I'd say restart because I wasn't.
That's the sound of. That's the sound that even makes a mother cry.
Yeah, I think so.
Jesus Christ, dude, you should at least prepare me for that, because now I have tinnitus and one of my ears. God damn.
Well, turn down your damn headset.
Well, I can't hear you if I turn it down. So then when I turn it, oh my god. You know, I'm turning you down.
Oh no. I probably picked it up on.
Yeah,
I set a noise gate, but it wouldn't. I don't think it clips the top end.
Yeah, clip the top end, dude. The top end's what the things that fucking hurt people.
No. I don't wanna. If I'm suffering, you need to suffer the minor amount I am. How about that? That's what I think. I always screw up the last part, though. I'm very bad at doing. Oh, that spin! That was such an aggressive spin. I don't know why.
You're autism.
No one said anything in my cat. Oh, it says there's only one person watching, so only one person would die. But when people rewatch this, they're gonna get horrified, probably.
Yeah, maybe you should, I don't know, not do that to people.
Oh, it's well. It's my reaction to what happened. So you're telling me to relax, are you?
Yeah.
How about no?
How about do it?
Your stream can be as chill as you want to, but my stream is going to be more authentic to how I actually am as a person versus the lie I've been living the last 10 years.
Also, what type of sorcery are you committing on my fucking, Steam?
Oh, that's just a bug. I don't know why. Piss. Too much speed.
I hit level 5.
It's just bug. I don't know why.
Didn't even capture all that.
I feel like I'm screwing up the end somewhere and I don't know how exactly.
God, I don't know what to do.
So I should just try to do the end more riskily and just give a.
I don't know what I want to do.
Oh, I clipped the entrance. Not good. You don't want to clip no entrance. No. I recovered. Unfortunate. I went down somehow. I think that is me. Oh, god damn it. I couldn't see it as well as I'd like to.
Don't join him. I don't know what I want to play. Still. I want to play a game, but I don't know what I want to play. Maybe I should just go through and remove things from my account that I don't need anymore.
Oh, no! Why did you spin me so aggressively? You did some collision physics that whack as crap. You just push me away.
Then go tell Fernando about that.
He's already... would probably... either he already knows and doesn't care enough to fix it, or it's intentional. And that's the only two explanations.
Man, there's also the thing knowing that it's called a bug.
I want my ship to be made of rubber. And that's the only way I'll be happy with the collision physics, and even then I'll complain about it when it doesn't benefit me.
Ship is supposed to be made of metal, not rubber.
Well, maybe it's made of rubber so that it's better against collisions, because aren't bullets just high-velocity objects colliding with you, so wouldn't you want to be protected against them?
I actually was thinking about, like, in one universe I had, they actually use a different type of shield projection than other things. They actually use a type of really heavy, dense, slime-like substance that actually absorbs all the impact of the bullets.
Yeah, it's something I thought of at some point. Like lead armor, basically. Oh. Because I was like, why don't they just use lead for armor? Because it would just sap all the energy out of it. Trying to get...
I was thinking lead. I was thinking an organic substance that they basically...
Why does it have to be organic? Why can't it be genetically modified?
You know what I fucking mean.
No, I don't.
Shut up, then, Gunman.
Ah!
Stand there and be stupid. That's what your job
You
is,
killed
right?
me. This is all your fault, though, if you ruined that run.
Well, yeah.
You're the run ruiner. You're bad luck.
Oh, well, boo-hoo. My last words are gonna be in this chat, I swear, are gonna be kiss my ass.
Ass.
It's like gonna be like kiss
Oh.
my, and then it's like instantly kicked.
Oh, no, you can't. Did you read the rules? You can't kick someone for... The only way you're allowed to kick someone is if they're literally bullying somebody. That's the only way you can get kicked off this server. I wrote it down.
Do whatever you want, so long as you're not too lip each other, it's what Felix.
That's what bullying is.
That's being the most.
Oh yeah, and putting porn in pussy because it's an SFW and it's a joke. But I know some idiot is gonna actually post porn there, so there's two rules that say not to do that. So that I know if you did it on purpose. So we could just absolutely get rid of that trash. So it knows its place.
Here, yeah, it says here, you're free to share any content, but nothing not safe for work. If you post porn and pussy, then you didn't read the rules and are stupid.
No.
People are still gonna post porn and pussy, you know that, right?
I know. I just want it to be explicitly there that you're not allowed to do that, so that if you do that, we can remove it and not have to explain why, which is what I wanted. Because otherwise, if there's no rules that say it and people do it and I don't want them to do it, then if I just suddenly punish them and don't explain, they can complain about that. But because there's 2 rules that say you can't do that, moderators can instantly remove it and not explain why and take their time if they have, like, other shit to do. That's why there's 2 rules about it. That's something that I want. It's like, that's a thing. Removing porn is like something I want to be able to be done really, really fast. So that ensures it can be done really, really fast. And people can't really complain about if it gets done really fast. If they just really want it to be a porn Discord for some reason. Which I don't want. That's like the only thing I don't allow. Is spicy nonsense. Is what it's called as well. Like, you need to find a different Discord. I mean, I think I used to phrase it where you could DM people, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't even want to encourage that. Just to be honest. I don't even want to tell people they could do that, because they would already know, and plus, that's like, I don't want it to be like an underground ring for DMing porn, just because I wrote that in the fucking rule. It's like, God. It's like, not even saying that much, like, that's just like, why even do that? Just say, don't do it. And have that be the end of it, you asshole. So I rewrote it. Let's do that.
I'm going through my account and removing all the bad free-to-play games.
Oh, so you're gonna remove all of them?
No.
So funny!
Jesus, you sound like a demented Yudo when you're like that.
This is what racing does to me! This is why I'm never gonna beat my lap time. I can't handle it mentally.
Do it. Fucking push through.
No. It's like I don't like speed running.
Then why are you doing it?
I don't know, variety? Stockholm Syndrome? Stockholm Syndrome, definitely. It's gotta be Mr. Stockholm.
I fucking love my account. I didn't even notice it, but now I realize it and I fucking love it. It literally, so, the thing is, I'm just like, I say what I am, and then I ask them a question. Why are you here? And I'm like, I mean, seriously, there's nothing else to me. You want a backstory? The best thing I can do is some conspiracy theories.
No, I mean, why are we here in this stupid canyon? There's 2 bases, 50 meters from each other, and there's no tactical significance to the area whatsoever. Oh, well, I don't know about that one, but if you want to talk about philosophically, I could have a few.
Yep. Some of these are some really
Blood Gulch makes no sense! Everyone knows that, though. Fernando is a certified TISM. Certified TISM, but autism dev, babe.
Little Tism dev. Little Tism dev.
Aren't you just this sweetest little monster?
That's a garbage game.
What game?
I already just forgot what it was. I just deleted it just because I knew it was garbage.
Better not
Wait,
have been.
Ballistic Overkill is a free-to-play game?
I wasn't pre-rotated the right way. Stop bouncing me, let me go forward!
Oh, you may not go forward. Blocks has been shut down.
I don't know. Would you have any interest in playing Warframe if they complete the account migration? Or, fuck. I'm missing this ring now for no good reason. Yeah, would you have any interest? Because I think I will end up playing it at least a little bit.
Yeah, here and there, dabble.
Because I was master rank like literally 6. So I have a lot of grinding to do.
I'm master rank 20, 21, 22.
But
Like, I've played the game for quite a while.
But if I remember, I think the loadout I have would handle like level 60 to 80 or something. just because. Oh, I avoided the master rank like the plague, but I absolutely tried to get some like of the better mods and whatnot. With like a gun that takes like master rank fucking 2. That's why I stopped playing, because it's like I don't want to have to like waste a million hours getting new weapons and just using them just to get mastery rank and then throwing them away. Because I didn't want to do that, that was why I stopped playing. But I think now I have more patience for just doing random stuff and just shooting mobs and not caring and just farming XP based. Affinity, actually. Called Infinito. And maybe one day they'll make tanky Warframes viable. I can always hold out that hope. They'll make tanking a viable play.
No, they're never gonna do that.
It's like, it's viable on lower levels, which is all I care about playing anyway, so... To me, it's viable enough. I just wish it was also in-game viable.
No, it's not. Never will be.
Like, well, if they do, they'll make a new Warframe, and it will be Prime only, and it'll be timed exclusive. It's like, this Warframe has 10,000 armor, so it actually has enough damage reduction to fucking...
To be honest, like, I just kind of went, I'm bored of it, so I just kind of installed it. But the thing is, I was actually stupid rich in the game. I was constantly stupid rich.
But it's just so weird. I just don't understand why they had a game where you could have good variety between the Warframes, and they just make it, it's like, no, everyone's a DPS.
Oh yeah, they're changing out Mastery Works, where now Mastery Ranks reduce the grind of leveling Warframes, where if you're Master Rank 30, you won't need to level up Warframes anymore, but if you put form... That's amazing!
Oh, that's great. What about getting the Master Rank 30 in the first place, asshole? Well, you're fucked. You're fucked.
I think Master Rank 22 or some shit, so...
I mean, I'm fucked, because you're fucked, which makes me fucked.
That's a garbage game.
Heroes and Generals. I miss Awesome Mod.
I love
'Cause-
Awesome Mods.
I know, because I had it on 360. But they fucked over 360 players because they decided to stop updating the game because they didn't want to deal with Microsoft's like... I know! I tried it though, but it's like, it's just like, I don't know, like the fun was like sucked out of it. For
My
me.
favorite was Rocco. I got the Supersonic Electronic Rocco.
But it was just stupid on console because they updated the game one time, and that was like the first 2 DLC characters that they did. And then they never updated it since, and it was getting the same excuse of, like, Microsoft's update process is too tizzy. Because it's like, they have to, like, approve it after, like, 3 months or whatever.
You just gotta level up every weapon in Warframe.
But I don't understand the argument. It's like, then how did you do the first update, then? If the reason you're not updating the game is because Microsoft is like, well, then why did you update it the first time? How did that happen? It's like, why is that no longer fucking possible, apparently?
To be honest, Microsoft is way better than, like, PlayStation. PlayStation
It's like...
managed to get anything
It's
out
like what happened to Bungie. They were complaining about Microsoft being overbearing when they're making Halo, and then they went to Activision. It's like, what the fuck? I think Microsoft's probably one of the best studios to be a publisher, to be honest. Like, they have unlimited money, and as far as I know, they're the least controlling of your creativity. But they are very demanding of, like, the quality from your game. The only exception is Rare, where it seems like they completely fucked over Rare in terms of their creative outlet and whatnot.
Dude, I was actually really excited about the newest Banjo-Kazooie game, and then I realized it was Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
But honestly, I kind of feel like Microsoft learned their lesson from, like, how they fucked over Rare. Because it doesn't seem like they did that to any other studios.
Well, the thing is, though, to be honest, I actually really like Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. That was a great game.
Like, the game was still, like, good quality, it just wasn't what anyone wanted.
Well, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts was a wonderful game.
It was just Banjo-Kazooie fans, just, like, it was not anything they could give a shit about. And the people making the game didn't like it either. They didn't like the creative direction they had to go to. Because the game's basically making fun of Microsoft through one of the characters. Like, it's not even subtle. Like, it's like so clearly they're making fun of Microsoft. Fuck it. This is gonna be such a bad turn. I should restart this lap. I think I'm done racing just because I feel like I'm making deletism. So let's change the map. Let's kill AI for a little bit.
Yo, is 30 bomb dead?
I don't know, maybe.
Let me check.
And I'll do it on FFA just because it makes more sense for microing. I don't know. I'll probably only play one. Racing takes a lot out of me. My will to live, and I didn't even equip the rockets. I'm certainly never gonna beat my own time.
The game is dead. That game. I'm just going through, just removing the games I don't like that are super me and that I don't like in the first place. Because the thing is, some of them are like really neat, some of them are just garbage.
You know what I feel like? I feel like people are gonna cut the loud scream I did and use it elsewhere, just because they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, this is such an amazing clip." Actually,
I'll do it myself. I'll rip it straight out from that, and then I'll just like
give it to your friends. This is what an angrytism sounds like.
No, I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna post it up with some thing, just calling it like Angry Scream 01. And then you'll find yourself like secretly in all the different types of fucking YouTube boops and rage compilations.
Dave, what you should do, you should absolutely clip it and then DM it to Cammy. You should absolutely do that, because I know he'd be happy.
Or, you know, just like, I'll just like make a hot mic of just you screaming. Yo, Fishing Planet, boys. Fishing Planet, Fishing Planet, Fishing Planet. If I say it multiple times, it doesn't make it any better, sadly.
I like how when Snow is playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, you could like tell that the game was like made pretty lazily in some aspects. Shame though, because should put way more polish in it than they did. It's like no, there's I feel like this is the kind of thing they rushed. Because I kind of wanted to get it, so. Because I never played like an actual DBZ game that just follows the story. So that's why I figured it's like, I want to wait until like a good one comes out and then play that. Because all the other ones, they have pros and cons.
Naruto to a point where it's like just pain.
Wrong with it.
What's wrong with it? The fact that, like, there are so many redos and revamps and things like that. Like, the story is now just so goddamn convoluted, and the characters are so goddamn powerful. It doesn't even make sense anymore. Like, they'll literally take a planet, throw it at each other, be like, I hate
Naruto's a lot more in line compared to Dragon Ball. In terms of power scaling. And then One Piece is even more in line, as far as I'm aware.
Like, literally, I'm at the point where I do not give a fuck if anyone opens their mouth and talks about Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, or My Hero Academia at that point.
What's wrong with My Hero? My Hero's really good.
No, it's not. I tried watching the first whole goddamn season, and I hated it.
Why?
Fucking hated it, because they built up so look, throughout the whole thing, they were building up things, and then they instantly dismissed it, right? Whoever goes, I want to be a hero, right? And then he's like, oh, also, I really like this character called, like, what is it? All Might. I really like this guy. You know, damn, I wish I was as strong as him. And then what happens is, he's like, if only I could get, you know, a superpower. He gets a superpower, so that solves that, right? And then he goes to school, and then the school is shit. It's like, oh my god, this guy does not get a fucking break. At this point, it's just annoying to watch this, because it's like, every single thing they bring up, it just has some backwards ending that's just like painful to watch. I cannot withstand that bullshit.
And what do you mean the school shit?
Like, the teacher, whoever that fucking teacher is, oh my god.
I love that teacher. That's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, no, he's a dick, and you all know it. I don't fucking like it. I really do not like
Well, I mean, you lack the benefit of knowing what else he does.
Well, that's the thing. Like, to be honest, I understand the whole thing of, oh, you gotta give anime a try, 2 or 3 episodes. I gave this thing a whole goddamn season.
I thought that him almost dying to protect the children when the villains attack would be enough, but I guess not. Motherfucker.
Fuck, dude. The only things I actually like, Ancient Magnus Bride, Girl from the Other Side. Those are my icons.
And I like how the fact how they explain with, because I can't remember his name either, but I know what you're talking about. I like how they explain that he's actually been injured where he can't even use his ability as well as he used to, and yet he still pushes himself to defend people. And that's why he's a teacher. He's,
dude,
like,
I don't give a fuck about that show. That show is
oh,
literally
clearly.
just like instantly dismissed from my brain. I watched it and it was painful. I was literally like sitting here going, why? Like, as the whole thing, like, okay, not the full first season, but all the way up to the point where I was like, I can't watch this. It's just too fucking painful. Like,
this sounds very specific. Well, I mean, that's the theme I notice. Whenever you seem to not like something, it's usually something very specific, so it makes it really hard to understand why. Because it feels like specific things get on your nerves, and that tanks the whole thing with it.
Well, because it's true, certain things I cannot fucking withstand. And building a premise just to dismiss it multiple fucking
What was the premise they were building? Because I don't remember them dismissing anything.
They dismissed the part that he was like,
If anything, I have more of an issue of Hunter x Hunter, but I understand why.
Like, so, the thing of, they built up certain things that felt like it was gonna be the ground basis of the show, and
What would that be?
And then, they dismissed that, and tried to make it another thing.
Can you be more specific? Because it's too...
Be more specific.
Yeah, what was the premise they were building up to? Like,
so,
being around the
first
bush.
premise I seriously thought they were building up to was, it's gonna be about this guy basically gaining superpowers, right?
Yep.
And then they instantly do that, and I thought, oh, it's gonna be this guy trying to get into school, and then they do that, and this could be like, oh, well, like, or well, no, like, achieve, like, the accomplishment, like, get the challenge or whatever, and then they did that, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, and then, like, up to that, it's like, yo, I'm gonna, you know, pass school, and then, like, no, just no, like, all the good premises they had in the beginning, all the good things that they were building up, like, they could have actively made a good show in the beginning, and then they just kept on fucking it by, like, already finishing it. Like, I feel like someone having a power struggle of realizing what's true to being a hero would be, like, amazing. But no, they gave him that in, like, you know, one episode. Boom, done. I'm like,
So your problem is that it's not... the pacing's too fast, basically. That's the problem.
Pacing is, in some cases, way too goddamn fast, and in other cases, way too goddamn slow and boring. Oh my fucking god. I cannot handle that shit. And the reason why I can't handle Naruto or whatever is because the power...
Well, where does it go too fast, then?
What's it go too fast?
Yeah, what point does it go too fast?
So, yo, we need you to clean up all of the things on the beach. What episode later? I did it! It was like multiple months, and he did it in like a single episode. Come on. You can't tell me we can't even hear the struggle or the thing of them talking about what it is to truly be a goddamn hero. Because I know there were conversations during that time. They literally talked about it in the show. They talked about how, while he was cleaning it up, there were multiple conversations about humanity as a whole. And we're not gonna see any of that? That's not relevant at all? Damn, it must suck, you know?
Well, I felt like the reason for the beach cleaning was what actually mattered was getting strong enough to do it in the first place. Versus the actual task at hand. It's like, well, the task at hand, you're either strong enough to do it or you're not. And that's it. So what actually mattered was him actually building up the physical strength to it. Whereas the actual goal of cleaning the beach, that didn't actually matter. That was just a gate to see if he would be strong enough to have, you know, all for one. So that's what I figured there, and that's why they didn't show, like, a process of doing it, because that's not what was important. That was just a pointless goal that meant nothing. It was just a means to an end. No meaning there.
Why even add it in the first place?
If there was like, oh, we need to clean the beach because millions of squids die by washing on shore every day. It's like, no, they never did that. They were like, in order to prove that you're strong enough, you need to do it. That's
The thing is, like...
So you probably like Demon Slayer more. Because Demon Slayer has like the same thing though, but they spend a lot more time on it, and they investigate like the character struggling with beating the task because he can't even do that much. And then he breaks through, so, you know. You'd probably like that more than.
The thing is, like, there are two things that I severely hate. One is power creep. Like, I can't stand Dragon Ball Z and Naruto just because of how stupid
Dragon Ball isn't even power creep. Dragon Ball is just like runaway power scaling. It won't. Like, it's not even power creep.
It's not even power. No, but the thing is, like,
Naruto, I feel like, is more power creepy, in my opinion.
Like, but the thing is, like, those shows just get to the point where it's like at this point, it's like, oh my god, at this point, why don't you just explode them personally? Like, you know, they're like, wow, they're moving faster than light itself. Like, you see them bouncing around, like, you know, fighting on different planets and this shit. I'm like, come on.
Oh, Hunter x Hunter's really good, too, just for, like, keeping the... Well, for the most part, it's good at keeping the power scale under control. There's one point where it makes the villains too powerful, in my opinion, where, like, what the fuck? You mean this could have happened the whole time?
The thing is, I feel like a good TV show is not about... It's about how something happens, not where. A great example, Ancient Magnus Bride. Have you heard about it? It's a pretty good book. It's about...
That's a boo.
It's literally, it's like a romance novel, but it's not even really a romance novel, because what it is exploring someone's power, internal struggle. There's, like, questions about, like, why it's rated teen. What? This is rated teen? No fucking way. This is not rated teen. I saw someone bleed out and die in that book.
It's like how Hunter x Hunter is, like, technically rated T, but it's a lot of fucked up shit happens. It's like one step away from having existential horror in it, and it's like, this is rated T? It's kind of fucked up, man.
It's a great thing. It makes you wonder, it makes you think, and it's like actively engaging characters with backstories. They explore the world and they explore themselves, and it's like...
Like, literally, like in Hunter x Hunter, characters die, like, they're not the main characters, but they're side characters that you've had, like, at least 8 episodes to, like, develop them out a little bit, and they fucking get killed. It's like, wow. That's kind of fucked up, man.
That kind of gets me down.
Oh, yeah, like, I was absolutely upset. It's like, no, why'd he have to die? But, like...
No, not why he have to die, just, why'd you add him in the first place if you're gonna fucking...
Oh, not that. Well, what's the point of a show if no one can die? Then it's like, okay, now it's like...
I've seen a lot of shows where the main characters don't fucking
I'd
die.
say the main one, it's like One Punch Man, which is something I was thinking about. It's like, no one important has ever died in One Punch Man.
Yeah, you see, you don't need to, like...
But that, to me, I'm considering that a flaw, though, because it's like, okay, that's actually taking me out of it now, the more I realize that. It's like...
The thing is that I kind of hate is the amount of, like, in TV shows, excess death.
I feel like, which makes me feel like that, I feel like something's gonna happen in One Punch Man where it's like, someone's gonna die that's, like, fairly important, and it's gonna be a huge deal.
Oh, that's fine, like, the amount of, I hated Game of Thrones just because of how many people fucking died. Too many, in my opinion. Literally, like, there is no winner in Game of Thrones. Everyone you like and care about dies, and then when you make a new person that you like and care about, they also die. and then this guy gets raped, and then he dies, and then this person gets their head, like, beheaded, and then, like, hanged.
I thought that's the point of Game of Thrones, which is, like, the fighting over the throne is just insane. Like, I thought that was the whole point. And there's only, like, a handful of characters that survive throughout the whole series, and those are the ones that you
There's
tip.
a difference between dark fantasy and then just slaughter.
I wouldn't say Game of Thrones is... I'd say, like, the point is, like, all the people who are dying are the ones who are obsessed over the throne and keep trying to go after the throne, and they constantly die, and the whole point is, like, there's the people that are after that throne on their ass, and they get themselves killed, versus the people that are focused on more important matters, or they're just a lot smarter at going about, you know, getting power that's not related to the throne. And that's why they'll survive. I thought that was the whole point, is, like...
Everyone fucking dies in the end. Like, it's not fun. Like,
Oh no.
I'm a very fucking weird person. I like specific shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm really thinking, that, like... Well, I think the problem isn't that you like something, the problem is you don't like something and you're like, oh, this is, like, really, really terrible. I'm just like, okay, you need to explain that.
Because some shit,
It seems more like the thing you don't like is actually good, you just don't like it. Versus, objectively, it's really awful. It's like, I didn't like how they handled this payoff. It's like, well, I think they handled it very well and it makes logical sense. Like, it's not like it's not like it's Deus Ex Machina and that's why you didn't like it. It's like, no, you just don't like how they wrote it. And that's kind of all we got.
That's probably what happens most of the time, but still, just because, like, it still doesn't, like, for me, it doesn't
Like, for
change.
me, it's good. They execute it. It makes sense. And it's not contrived. You just wish they did something different. And that's like, okay, that's more of an opinion than actual objective criticism, but...
Well, okay, so I might be opinionated. Period. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, but,
Well, that's why you gotta be careful with, like, if you're just opinionated on something, if you say it's like, oh, this is awful, it's like, you're just gonna unintentionally get people to attack you.
so the thing is, so then here, in my opinion, I absolutely fucking hate my own opinion. I hate My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Not good. No bueno. I've tried watching, because the thing is, I've actually worked on this shit. I've tried finding all the characters I actually enjoy, but the thing is, they barely ever show up, so it's like, sweet.
Oh, that's one thing I don't like about My Hero. One of the villains I like oh yeah, that's a theme of the show. I'm rooting for the villains more than the heroes. And of one of the villains I liked, he's not coming back, unfortunately. They got rid of him really quick. Which I'm very upset with, because, like, that was...
That's the thing, like, to be honest, I feel like a good, but the thing is, there's a difference between a good and a bad villain. A good villain still feels like he's a person on the inside.
And another minor issue of My Hero Academia is, sometimes it is up its own ass, where it likes to exposition, like, how the world works because of all the heroes and whatnot, where it's like, okay, that's just... And it's like they just say something's matter-of-fact because of everyone having superpowers. I'm like, okay, that's... No, you need to explain that a little bit more, because I feel like I could come up with, like, alternatives that you could use to that. It's like, that's just like, yeah, this is a show being up its own ass at that point. But it's very minor when that happens. And it feels more like they realized something was wrong in the plot, so they did a bunch of throwaway lines to clean it up, but they didn't realize how that's still not good enough to fully explain it. It just makes it feel like you want us to take it for granted, just because. Yeah. It's a minor issue. It's not a big problem.
They have way too many throwaway characters. There are like these dudes who literally have like full profiles on them, but they're only shown up like twice. You know, like I feel like what the reason why I heard that some of the more recent seasons are becoming worse is because they're just placing in detail into places where detail should not be, and not placing detail in places where detail should be.
Oh, season's worse for My Hero, or?
Like, yeah, because that's what I've been hearing from some of the people who are up to date and shit. They're going.
I haven't watched the latest stuff, but I think I watched up to the end of season 3 because that's what was available. I remember liking it, not thinking it was getting any worse. I honestly would feel like, my theory would be that it's not actually worse, it's just, they're not as good as they used to be syndrome, I think, is probably more what I would bet is actually going on. Cause like I said, I was like, I have problems in, like, the first... I think there was one huge problem I had where there's a whole sequence of events that I figured out I misunderstood it slightly, but I still had problems with it, where it's like, I still think it's a little ludicrous.
Like, I
was like the legality of, like, how heroes operate when they're, like, in training. It's like, I thought that was a little ludicrous, but it's like, at least it wasn't as bad as I thought it was at first. So it has that, you know.
I seriously just, for some reason, I just fucking hate that show so much.
Like,
probably because what happened was I was like, you gotta realize
I
I
don't
was
even
in a really bad situation because I was with like other friends and they were kind of force feeding it down my throat. Kind of like another game.
Oh, I just decided to watch it because I remember hearing from, like, people I know who are into anime, they're saying how, like, My Hero is, like, they think that, like, that's, like, the only anime that can, like, challenge, like, Dragon Ball and fucking One Piece and all those for popularity, basically. Because there's a big three, like, popular animes. So I figured, like, oh, I'll watch it at some point. And when I did, it's like, oh yeah, I see why they say that. It's like, this actually feels like it's good enough.
It's like the type of stuff I want to see, which is a very niche, obscure thing where it deals with, you know,
Death Note.
No, Death Note. I actually fucking hated Death Note.
Wow.
I absolutely hated Death Note just because of it was basically one big cat and mouse game, and it just never fucking ended. It was just a never-ending cat and mouse game.
Yeah, I stopped watching when a very important character dies, because at that point, it's like, there's no point in continuing.
That's the thing. Like, really just tossing people back and fucking forward. Like, it's like lives don't matter, shit doesn't matter, just this is a game of cat and mouse. You play this game and you'll fucking...
So your problem with Death Note is that the pacing's too slow.
Yeah. The pacing is entirely
Light speed's too slow.
Well, no. Like, if I remember, there were like, what was it? 14 books or some shit like that? 14 books. Like, and the thing is, do you care about spoilers? Because I can tell you how it ends.
I know how it ends, kind of. I don't think I'll ever watch them.
So, how it ends is, right, what is it? Light and Y actually get into the same room, and they finally meet each other face to face, right? And they both die because Light's girlfriend also has a death note. That's how it ends. This whole cat and mouse thing, peak of its, like, suspense, and they both fucking die. I hated it.
I think Yar does know it exists.
It is so bad. Like, no one fucking wins in that book. No one.
Well, you'd say humanity wins, because the Death Note crisis has finally been averted. Oh, well, I mean, they do mention how, like, the crime rate actually does go down, which I think is really realistic. Like, of course the crime rate would go down. So I feel like the whole world wins, because not only did you, like, manage to get, like, the whole universal crime rate down, you also, the moral implications of how it's done, that doesn't even matter anymore. Because all parties involved in that annihilate each other. So you just have a world that ends up being a better place with a bunch less crime, and there's no, like, even moral repercussions for it. Because everyone who is involved in it, whether they are on the right side or not, they annihilate each other. Because they were basically, they got to the point where their entire worlds were focused on just each other, and any other issue was just complete and utter nonsense to them. Because I'm pretty sure that, I think Light goes more and more from wanting to control the world to just trying to subvert and, like, not get caught. And I feel like that transitions more and more, where he doesn't even give a shit about, like, any of his power aspirations. He just wants to, like, outwit the fucking opposition that he has. And his opposition from the beginning were just laser focused on, oh, we gotta get the Kira, man. He's an asshole. So I feel like that's why what they were going for there. It's like they wanted to
Well,
I still think it's too long though, but I see why they did it. It's like they really want to convey.
What happened was, it was the slowest crawl of a fucking...
Oh, it's not the slowest. I'd say the one thing you have Death Note, it's nowhere near as repetitive as something like Dragon Ball or fucking even Naruto. Like Naruto's like, yeah, we're going slow.
I heard that to actually get some places, there are people who actually made a giant ass list of going, you can skip these certain episodes because they're like entirely irrelevant to the plot.
Yeah, which I feel like is kind of shit though, because it's like you don't normally you want to watch those because the characters in it are good and it's just entertaining.
But like, have you seen those lists? I've seen like almost a whole fucking season just get like entirely annihilated on one of those lists. Going, all of this is just like screaming and two dudes fighting. You can skip this. Like, but to be honest, I don't like those like a lot. Just how much bullshit that happens. Like, literally, they just get to the point where it's like, they've gone above, they've went beyond the power of light. It's like, wow, that's cool. And now they're going even further. Oh, that's interesting. It's not like that hasn't happened before. Oh, look, they're breaking the sound barrier 15 times over. Wow.
I like how a thing that's happened in Dragon Ball, what they've done with Super Saiyan in every single transformation, they've always done the same excuse of, oh, Goku just had the power the whole time, actually. But the problem is they've used that excuse like 7 times. I'm just like, how much hidden fucking potential does this asshole have at this point, honestly? Like, you really desperately need to do it where the explanation is it was just pure hard work and nothing else, because at least that's not it's like it's honestly getting contrived how you want it to always be where Goku's actually had the potential to do this, and that's why you're explaining how no one else was able to do it, I guess. It's like, well, like you don't even need to do that at this Disney as hell.
Though, every single time.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, I'm gonna end my stream though, because I've had my fulfillment and 100 up.